Hey Polish fans, it's Caroline again, and welcome to another video here at Wildwind Lacquer. In today's video, we are digging into another portion of these bags of the huge estate haul that I got on Facebook Marketplace. This will be part number 6, the second half of the third bag that we're going through. We have 5 bags total and then 5 totes. So a bunch to go through. We are still just at the tip of the iceberg. I already see some colors by Leroux, Girly Bits, and Cult Nails in here. So without me jabbering on, we're going to dive right in. If you missed the introduction to where I got this and the details, I'll post a little video up there of my little teaser of the whole story, and you guys can check it out if you want to see more details, but we're just going to jump right in. The first one is a Colors by Leroux, one of their older labels, and this one is called Bee Stings, spelled B-E-A, as in the name, and this appears to be a pink leaning red with a ton of holo. I have been really impressed with the holographics that I've been unboxing from Colors by Leroux. Their formulas seem to be just dazzling, and they seem to like to add other things to it, like this one has flakies. I don't know if those red particles are going to show up on camera, but they're there, adding bits of twinkles. These seem to be in a flashy red, so really beautiful mix here. Now this is kind of in the red family. It's somewhere in between like a red and a pink. Really beautiful sparkles there on the wand and brush. I do want to hold on to this though. I think the formula is really beautiful. I like the combination of the holo and the flakies. So again, as I mentioned in one of my other videos, I'll have to do comparisons of basically all of the color categories, so I'm going to try not to say that about every single polish, but we'll see how this goes once I do my comparisons. But that is Colors by Leroux Bee Stings going in the collection. Next up, we have another Colors by Leroux with maybe some UP. This one is called P51. I think this has UP in it, you guys. Look at the shifts. I don't know if the green's going to come through, but this one has that classic red to green to gold shift that OG UP pigment has, and there's that purple jelly base. Look at that. So behind that gold is where I'm seeing the green in person. I don't know if this lighting is going to get that green to show off for you guys. Let's see. There it is. There we go. You can kind of see that twinkling away. This is gorgeous. I love UP polishes. Basically, UP just is the kind of shimmer that it is. It's a specialty shimmer that is not widely available anymore for polish. So this is a beautiful one, very special if this is indeed the OG UP pigment. So we're going to add this to the collection as well. That is Colors by Leroux P51. Oh yeah, that is just gorgeous. Next up, we have an older Girly Bits. This one is called Stormy Skies. This is one of their older labels. We actually have run across 3 different Girly Bits labels so far in this haul. This is a really stormy gray blue. You have these little teeny tiny speckles of maybe like an iridescent glitter that is a beautiful blue. Plus, I think I see some holo in here. Yeah, I think I'm seeing 2 different particles in there. So you got the blue and then the holo. This is a really beautiful, soft combination. There it is on the wand. You can see those little blue twinkles. This is a very cute color. I could see this looking beautiful on. Well, again, have to do some comparisons. I told myself I was not going to say that for everyone, but we're going to add that to the collection as well. That's Girly Bits Stormy Skies. Next up, we've got a Zoya. This one is called Fifi. Now, in the previous portion of this bag, we did unbox one that's kind of like this. That's called Crystal. Let me see if I have that one available to do a comparison. Crystal's on the right, Fifi's on the left. So by comparison, Crystal's a little bit greener, but you do still have a similar formula in that you have the similar metallic particle size and those golden flakes. So it's kind of similar concept, but different coloration. Fifi's bluer. Crystal I did not have in my collection, but I'm pretty sure I do have Fifi. It is a really beautiful polish, but we will be adding that to the destash since I don't need 2 bottles. So that's Zoya's Fifi. Next up, we have another from Square Hue. This one is called Watergate. Look at this one. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. So this is a blue shimmer. We have a larger particle size, kind of like that micro flaky or a large particled shimmer. This has beautiful shifts. Again, I don't know if they're going to come across very well on camera, but they're different shades of blue. I'm also seeing fuchsia and purple at the edge of the bottle. This one has amazing shifts. Let's go ahead and see it on the brush here. Yeah, this particle size is beautiful. So twinkly. And this is definitely one that I don't have. As I mentioned at least a few times already, Square Hue is one of those brands that I think was a subscription box, and I wasn't aware of them until quite a ways after they stopped their subscription box. So I don't own any, or didn't own any, before I started this huge haul. So I've been keeping quite a few of the ones that I like, and this is one that I haven't unboxed so far. So we're going to add that to the collection. That was Square Hue's Watergate. Next up, we have another from Cult Nails. This one is called I Got Distracted, and look at this one. Wow. So I'm seeing holographic glitter, green metallic glitter, and maybe even a red twinkle in there. Either that or the red is coming off of the hollow, which is always possible. And I'm not really sure if this is a green, like a deep green base, or a deep teal, or a blackened base, but there it is. There it is on the neck. I'm still actually not too sure. It might be a very, very dark blue. This is a really pretty polish though. I have been getting rid of quite a lot of these very deep, darkened polishes that are mysterious and kind of hard to pinpoint. I just hadn't been reaching for them as often as I thought I would when I originally started my collecting of polish, and indie polish especially, in about 2017 to 2018. But this one I really like. I'm liking the addition of the green particles in there, and I think that would look really special on the nail. So for the time being, we're going to add that to the collection. Swatches and comparisons, of course, but we'll add that to the collection for now. That was Cult Nails. I Got Distracted, and I need to stop saying we're going to do comparisons, but you know how that goes. Okay, this one is Peanut Butter and Jelly by, I think this is like Whimsical Nails by Pam, something like that. This is one that I don't have. I only have run across this brand in D-Stashes a couple of times, maybe even only one time, and I think they are still making polish. This particular one is a purple squishy jelly with some gold, like light gold glitters in there in a couple of different sizes. And then I think there's also either some, well, actually, I was going to say maybe a different color of glitter. Well, that's completely freaking my camera out. Those ones right there, I can't quite tell if it's a different color of glitter or if that is the jelly color of the purple sort of playing with the gold glitters. There it is on the brush. Very cute color. I think this could look very adorable on. So it's one that I know I don't own. We're going to add that to the collection. So that was Peanut Butter and Jelly by, I think it was Whimsical Nails or Whimsical Creations by Pam, something like that. Next up, we have another by Azature. I actually need to look that up and see how to pronounce that. This is the second bottle that I have found. Now, I have heard of this brand before, but I didn't own any. I did keep the one bottle that I got in the last video, and these were sort of a, I guess, higher end, like boutique-y brand, and they say they have a real black diamond in them. I don't know if that means like it's in the bottle or what the case is, but this is a really pretty color. This is that chewed up grape bubblegum that I describe quite a lot for these gray leaning purples or purple leaning grays. And this has a shimmer to it, like a little subtle silver shimmer to it. This is a color that I really enjoy on. I find it oddly flattering. So while I do already own quite a lot in this color family, I want to see how this compares. With colors like this, I'm often looking for a very specific shade or depth of color. Sometimes I'm looking for shimmer, sometimes I'm not. So we'll see how this compares and if I end up keeping it long term. But that one was Azature. Oh, we didn't even talk about the name. I think it's missing its little label, so I don't see a name on this one. But it does say this shade is inspired by the light purple diamond. Purple, the color of royalty, has historically symbolized prestige and luxury. So maybe it's purple diamond. I'm not sure. We'll have to see about finding out what that one, but it does have a little number, so I might be able to research that one. Next up, ooh, okay, so we've gotten another one from this brand, and I meant to look up how to pronounce this one as well. We did run into one other bottle of this brand in the last part, which was part 5, and I'm still not sure how to pronounce this. So it's either taco or taco. I'm leaning towards taco. but I could be mistaken. So again, if you know, feel free to enlighten me down below. This one is called Dazed and Confused, and this is amazing. So this one I'm definitely keeping. This is a multi-chrome with hollow. Look at the shifts in this one. I'm seeing different shades of purple, different shades of blue, which is what you're seeing predominantly on camera, but there's also shifts to red and bronze and gold. This is beautiful. The addition of the hollow in this is just gorgeous. So definitely adding this one to the collection. As I mentioned when I unboxed the first bottle from this brand, I don't own any of these. This will be the first one added to my collection because the other one I did destash. So that was Taco Dazed and Confused. Next up, ooh, we've got a femme fatale. Now, this is another one that has lost its little label. It is a corally melon shade with a very strong golden green flash. That is beautiful. I'm wondering if this is one of their thermals. I want to say, I think I have a thermal that's kind of like this. I'll have to double check on that, but look at that. That is a stunning combination. Wow. So I could definitely see this as a color that I would want to wear in summer, maybe even late spring. This is gorgeous. So you are mainly seeing the gold on camera, but in person there's also a shift to a very vibrant green, which is why I really like this combination. If it was mainly a very bright gold, I might still like it, but I like that the gold shifts to green in this space. Very unique. So we're definitely adding this one to the collection. That is Femme Fatale's No Name. I'm gonna have to see about finding out the name on that one. Next up is another from Catrice. We ran into a couple of bottles of this already, and this one is called I Wear My Sunglasses at Night. And this is a brand that is made in Luxembourg, so I think it might be harder to come by here in the States. Let's see this on the brush. They've got a pretty nice brush. I mean, it's not the best ever, but it is not as skinny and narrow as the Essie brushes, the older Essie brushes. There you can see a lot of different rainbows twinkling away on the brush and wand there. This appears to be a blackened base, kind of like those ones that I have been doing a lot of destashes of, or had done a lot of destashes of, but I'm liking that I'm predominantly seeing purple among the other colors, and I think this could look really pretty on. So we're going to add this to the collection, at least for the time being. That one is Catrice's I Wear My Sunglasses at Night. Next up, oh, look at this. We've got an older pretty and polished. So I do have a handful of polishes from this brand already. I believe I got them in maybe mystery boxes, but I think I also got some through destashes. This one is called Spring Fling, and it appears to be one of their, well, I was going to say cream polishes, but there are some twinkles and sparkles in there. It looks like there are some micro flakies in there, just a subtle sparkle. Now it is greener than I feel like it's coming across on camera. My camera is seemingly washing out quite a lot of the green tones and making it appear more teal. It might be a little bit of a squishy formula. So this is actually a color of green that I think I could see myself reaching for. It's got a little bit of a, I guess, cool toned blue lean to it. And while I do like it, I'm just trying to think of if this would fill any voids or gaps in my greens, and I don't think it will. So I think I will go ahead and destash this one. I'm trying to cut polishes and destash where I can in this because I cannot possibly keep all of them. So that one's Pretty and Polished Spring Fling going in the destash. Next up we have, ooh, our first Emily DeMolly. This one is called Borrowed Time. This one appears to be a very light green, like maybe a light robin's egg blue green. One of their cream formulas, which I don't know that I've tried a cream from them. I have a lot of their other specialty finishes. This I think I will keep. I like this tone. There's a lot of white in it, but you can still tell that it is a soft, dusty, kind of pastel color. And it's definitely one that I don't have, so we're going to add this to the collection. I have been trying to make sure that the creams in my collection have a vast array of colors to choose from. That way when I go to do some layering, I have a lot of colors to choose from. So that one is Emily DeMolly's Borrowed Time going in the collection. Next up, ooh, our first cupcake. We're getting into some brands that I'm familiar with that we haven't unboxed yet from this haul. So this one is our first cupcake polish, at least I think it is. And this one is called Thank You Peaches. And this one is a peach hollow with some glitter. Completely freaking my camera out, but look at the sparkles and twinkles in this one. So there is some of that glitter and the linear holographic. Now this is a almost nude leaning peach. I'm trying to decide if I think I would like this on. Now I have surprised myself swatching more neutral leaning colors that are in hollows and finding myself liking them. So I might like this one as well, but I'm not actually sure. Well, I like the hollow and I like the glitter, so I think what I'll do is at least hold on to this till I can get this one swatched and see if I might like it on. I get the feeling this could dry a bit darker than it's coming across in the bottle, which for me would be a good thing. I think this one could look pretty awesome on, so we're going to add this to the collection. It's definitely one that I don't have, so that's Cupcake Polish. Thank you, Peaches. Next up is another square hue. This one is called Turn On, and this is another one in their neon line. This is very vibrant and it's a yellow. This is like a classic highlighter or neon yellow, and I don't think it's going to surprise anybody. I think we're putting this one directly into the D-stash. Yellows just aren't my favorite, and I still haven't quite gotten into neons enough to have very many to compare. I have already kept some though from other mystery boxes, so I feel like I already have enough yellows to try to choose from. I did keep a neon green, but that's because I'm trying to find my neon green, whereas neon yellows, I just don't see them being that different. So we're going to go ahead and add this to the D-stash. That is Square Hues Turn On. I mean, I know they've got subtle differences as well, but yellows just aren't my favorite. All right, next up we have another Colors by LaRoe. This one is called Swear Jar. And this is another beautiful green with a load of larger shimmer particles in here. These are predominantly gold in a greenish teal base. I don't really see too many shifts, but there might be some shifts on them. Yeah, there we go. Green and gold, definitely. That is a very beautiful component. It twinkles and glistens beautifully. I'm pretty sure this is not one that I've unboxed so far, so we're going to add that to the collection. This is a beautiful mermaidy shade, so we're going to keep this one as well. That's Colors by LaRoe Swear Jar. Ooh, we've got an ILNP next. Ooh, and this is like a middle label because it's got the newer label on front, but still has the heart on the bottom. This one is Black Orchid. Okay, so Black Orchid, I want to say I either do have or had. It was one of the first polishes that I bought from them. And at the time I bought Black Orchid and Diablo, I think. And back then, this was like 2017, they were pretty similar in my eyes. Now I can definitely see the difference, but I remember destashing one of them and I don't remember which one it was. So we're going to put this in the to be checked pile so I can see if this was one that I ended up keeping or if I did destash it. I like the fact that this is an older bottle with a little heart on the base. I've been really enjoying seeing these older ILNPs. In fact, we've been unboxing quite a lot of the round bottles, which I think I have buried at the moment, but they are the cylindrical bottles. And they have the older labels on the base. So really fun going back and seeing the older polishes from them. So like I said, going in the to be checked pile, we'll check and see if I own that one. Next up is a Baroness X. This one is Go Through Fire. Let's see, this one appears to still be okay. Two of the polishes that we have unboxed so far from Baroness X have faded, but this one seems to be all right. There it is on the cabochon, and it appears to be exactly what I'm seeing in the bottle. This is a really fun bright shade of pink. You have a golden glass fleck particle as well as maybe some silver holographic. This is definitely a type of pink that I like for summer, so we are keeping this one. It's definitely one that I don't own, so that was Baroness X Go Through Fire. Let's get these in the middle so you can see what we're dealing with. I see a special bottle right here. This one is called Super Chic Lacquer. This I think was their older bottle. They are now in, I think, square bottles, but this was the one that I first saw them with, maybe online through a D-stash, and this one is called Baker's Hunger for a Bun in the Oven. So very unique bottle shape. This particular polish seems pretty unique as well. I would say the base is kind of like a smoky gray blue. Lots of twinkles in there. I like the red to orange shifts in there as well as the other particles that you're seeing. So yeah, I think we're going to add that one to the collection as well. That was Super Chic Lacquer, Baker's Hunger for a Bun in the Oven. Next up, we've got another from Harlow & Co. Okay, so we unboxed one polish from them in one of the other videos from this series, and it was suggested that this might be a Canadian stockist or was a Canadian stockist. I haven't looked that far into it, but I think we're on the right track there. So this one is Harlow & Co. Sparkling Waters, and this is a beautiful combination of glitters. We have silver metallic and silver hollow, as well as some glitters in a like aqua blue. This is a very beautiful combination, lots of sparkle and twinkle. There it is on the wand. Look at all that beautiful sparkles. This is definitely one that I could see myself reaching for. Could be fun to try this over other colors as well. And since this is a new to me brand, I didn't own any from them before this haul. So we're going to add this to the collection. Again, swatches and comparisons will have to be forthcoming, but we're going to add that to the collection. That's Harlow & Co. Sparkling Waters. Next up, we have a Zoya. This one is called Addison, and this is kind of like a grandma mauve rose color. There's a subtle shimmer in there, light silver. I want to say I have a color kind of like this that I'm thinking I have from Zoya. We'll have to see. There it is on the wand. I don't know if that's going to make it easier or not to see the subtle shimmer in there. I do really like these grandma shades, these mauve rose colors. So we're going to put this in the to be checked pile just to make sure that this isn't the one that I'm thinking of that I might or might not own. So we'll check on that. That is Zoya's Addison. Next up, who? We've got a KB shimmer. This is an older KB shimmer, although I think this might be like middle label, somewhere in between what they have now and their first label. But this is a KB shimmer called For Sale by Owner, and sail is spelled S-A-I-L, as in sailing a boat. This one is maybe like a bleached neon. Yeah, a bleached neon green, which I actually think I would like, and I don't know that I have anything quite like this. This is almost like a honeydew color, like an electric honeydew. I like this one. It is another cream too, which means I can use this as a fun layering polish. So we're going to add that one to the collection as well. That is KB Shimmers For Sale by Owner. Next up, we've got another from Anonymous Lacquer. We've unboxed one from them so far. This one is called Awesome Sauce, or maybe Got Cake. Oh, Awesome Sauce Indie Box might be where this came from. So Awesome Sauce Indie Box is the box, and Got Cake is the name of the polish. I've not heard of that one before, so maybe that box is not one that is around anymore, but this is a beautiful purple. There's a lot in here. There's hollow, micro glitters, and a micro flaky. So as a purple fan, this is definitely one that has my attention. I'm trying to decide though if this would stand up against the other polishes that I already have. I have been keeping quite a lot of purple hollows. This one does have a lot of additional twinkles though, so I think I will keep this one as well. Again, comparisons will have to be something I do eventually, but this is a really beautiful one. I'm liking the addition of the little purple specks in there. That's adding something pretty special to this. So we're going to add Anonymous Lacquer's Got Cake to the collection. Next up, ooh, this is a beautiful one from Baroness X. This is called La Luz. This is gorgeous. Look at that. So the base, I can't quite tell if it's like a silver or a gray. Maybe a bit of a pinky purple based on the cabochon. So this bottle could have lightly faded, but it is still absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's more of a gray now in the base in this bottle, but look at the shimmer. It's a beautiful green, and there's hollow in here. This is lovely. So yeah, we're going to add that to the collection. We'll have to see if it has faded. I might end up putting this as an oops in my collection, but that is Baroness X La Luz. Next up, ooh, we have another Emily DeMolly. This one is purple as well, and it is Twilight's Flight. This is another one that does not sound familiar, and it's definitely going in the collection. Again, purple hollows going in the collection. This one has a nice twinkle as well in it. There's an additional like micro flaky or glass fleck shimmer particle running throughout it. The hollow on this is amazing as well. Oh yeah, definitely going in the collection. So that's Emily DeMolly's Twilight Flight. Next up, we have one from Liquid Sky Lacquer. So I've seen this brand before, 1 or 2 times maybe in a mystery box. I don't think I own very many though. So this is probably one that I don't have. This one is called What Was Your Name Again? And this is an interesting rosy, like rosy pink, maybe like a bright rosy pink. Completely freaking my camera out again. There's the hollow, and this one also has a shimmer component there, that golden gleam that you're seeing. I think this could be really fun for a summer polish as well. This is kind of in that same family of pinks that I like for summer. Well, again, have to see how it compares once I do my pink comparisons, but really pretty polish and definitely one that I don't own yet. So that was Liquid Sky Lacquer. What was your name again? Next up, we've got another Cult Nails. This has been a brand that I've been really excited to add more to my collection from. This is Cult Nails Wannabe, and look at this one. Ooh, so it's got that golden gleam that's got a little bit of like a green hue to it, and it is in a deep purple base, like a aubergine purple base. This one is really gorgeous. Obviously, as a purple fan, I think you heard this coming. You know I gotta love it. It is a really gorgeous combination. I can definitely see myself reaching for this one. So we're adding this one to the collection. That one is Cult Nails Wannabe. Next up we have a little Zoya. This is one of their minis and it is called Zoya Mini Anais. Anais? I'm actually not sure about that one. Anais. This appears to be a black polish with a little bit of a like onyx shimmer. I don't know if any of that's going to come through on the nail. I think you can kind of see the light catching on some of the particles in there. Now this one is a little bit on the, almost has like a green tinge to it, but not enough for it to look green on the nail. So I think I will go ahead and destash this one. That one is Zoya's Mini Anais. I'm not sure. Next up we have a little Vapid. This one is called Buy Me Brunch. This is cute. Look at that one. So speaking of neutral hollows, this is one that I could definitely see myself reaching for. This one is kind of like a cookie color where it's a light tan and it's loaded with hollow and a pink shimmer. This one looks really cute. So this would be a fun neutral with personality polish to wear. Yeah, that is really cute. And it's definitely one that I don't own yet either, so we're going to add that to the collection. That one was Vapid's Buy Me Brunch. Next up, we have another Cult Nails and another purple. This one is called Charming. This is gorgeous. So this is more of a crelly cream formula, and then it has that beautiful shift to it. I see a purplish pink glow. There's almost like a little bit of a gray around the edges as well, which I think is mainly what is pulling up on camera. It's not quite as blue leaning as I feel like it's coming across on camera. So this happened with another bottle, and what I've been doing is showing you guys what to do because this can happen a lot with older bottles. So if you open up your polish bottle and the brush is stuck in the bottle, what you want to do is just lightly put your cap on and just give it a little bit of a tweak to loosen up the brush. Then screw the cap back on tightly, but not so tight that you over tighten. And then when you unscrew it again, the brush will have reseated itself. So there it is on the brush. Really beautiful shade there. Pretty unique to my collection, I think. Again, we'll have to do comparisons at some point, but we're putting that in the collection. That's really, really gorgeous. So that is Cult Nails Charming. All right, next up we have Colors by Leroux. This one is called Strega. This is a red, a squishy red with some shimmer, maybe a red on red. Definitely a jelly formula there. This is actually pretty cute though. I was going to say red's not my favorite, as my regulars will know. I see that quite a lot, but I really like the twinkles in this one. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the collection. That was Colors by Leroux Strega. Next up, we have another Girly Bits. This one is called SBP 1057. We unboxed a couple bottles from this already that have the SBP and then a number, and it was suggested that that may be small batch polish, which would definitely make sense. So I don't think I unboxed this one yet. We'll have to do some comparisons at the end. I think my plan is going to be to sort everything after I get done unboxing everything and see what we have all together at the end. But this is a really beautiful berry shade. It is loaded with holographic, maybe not quite a strong linear, but sort of a scattered linear or diffused linear, but really beautiful shade. I really enjoy these berry tones, and the holographic in there, while not a perfect linear does have a beautiful rainbow to it. So we're going to add that to the collection as well. That one was Girly Bits SBP 1057. Next up, we have another Zoya. This one is called Shimmer, just Shimmer. I don't know that I've seen that before either, but this is actually a really cute, very light peachy shimmer. Now I am kind of picky on my shimmers in these peach tones. This does appear to be on the sheer side, but this could be an interesting one as a topper, sort of a transformative topper. This does have some very nice shimmer in it. We'll add that to the collection and at least keep it until I can do some comparisons. Very nice shimmer in there. I'm seeing pinks and golds. Yeah, that's got a nice glisten to it. And it's also one that I know I don't have, so we'll add that to the collection. That one was Zoya's Shimmer. All right, let's get more into the middle here where we can see them. Well, let's go ahead and do this one. Cult Nails. This one is called You're My Dandelion. This is another yellow. We've unboxed a couple of different kinds of yellow from them. One was a nice buttercream yellow. The other was a orange leaning yellow. This one is a creamy polish with a little bit of a golden shimmer to it. Let's see, how would I describe this yellow? It's kind of a almost creamy, but it still has like a bit of a sunshiny yellow to it. Actually, on camera, it's coming across very like yellow crayon. I actually kind of think I might like this though. A lot of the other yellows that I've run across are like straight up primary yellow, and there's something more subdued about this one that I might like. So we're going to add this to the collection. It could be really nice for nail art as well. So that one is Cult Nails, You're My Dandelion. Next up, we have another, ooh, look at this one. We've got one from Taco. This is beautiful. Okay, so this one, that looks like that could have UP in it. I'm not sure if this brand ever worked with that, but this strikes me as a UP one. This one is called Jabberwocky, and this is beautiful. So it's in a beautiful green leaning blue base. I don't feel that green is coming across very well on camera, but that shimmer sure is. There's that beautiful red, and there's green and gold in that shift. It's very strong in person, but I don't think that green's coming through. You can kind of see the gold there. Behind the gold is where I'm seeing the green in person. Yeah, this has beautiful twinkles. If it's not OG UP, it could be a similar sibling pigment, but this is beautiful. It has the right twinkle. So we're definitely adding this to the collection. I love this shade. And it's another one that I definitely don't own yet. I think this might only be the second bottle of theirs that I'll be adding to my collection so far. So that was Taco's Jabberwocky. Next up, we have another from Super Chic Lacquer. This one is called Synchronicity, and this is another purple. This one appears to be kind of on the creamy side, but it does have shimmer. It's got a bit of a subtle silver flash. There might be maybe a little bit of pink in it. I can't quite tell. The base is a lavender shade. Really pretty. Trying to decide if I might have something already in my collection that this would be similar enough to. I think I'm good. I think I'm going to go ahead and add this one to the D-stash. So that one was Super Chic Lacquer Synchronicity. All right, next up we have another shimmer from Zoya. This one is called Soho Punch. So again, where was I when they were naming these polishes, not names? I feel like that's all I've ever really seen from them is names. So Soho Punch is definitely a new one to me. This is another one that has a load of these larger shimmer particles, or a micro flaky, this time in a juicier like tangerine color. Very, very pretty. Again, I could see this being very sheer on the nail, but nice to use as a topper. Oh yeah, look at the rainbows, pinks and greens, teals and yellows. We're definitely adding this one to the collection. This is beautiful and should be fairly unique to my collection as well. Most of the shimmer type polishes that I have are in like a white base, whereas this has that beautiful juicy tone. So we're going to add Zoya's Soho Punch to the collection. Next up, we've got another Emily Damali. Yay! So Emily Damali is one of my favorite brands, so I'm really excited to see these coming out in this box. This one is called Diamond in the Rough, and this is another one that I don't recall hearing about, so probably an older polish. We have a dark blue full of hollow and a pink flash. This should look really beautiful on the hollow is really beautiful. Here it is on the wand. Yeah, that is lovely. This is definitely going in the collection. It's another one that I don't have. I want to say Diamond in the Rough could be an Aladdin reference, but I might be stretching there. But that was Emily Damali's Diamond in the Rough going in the collection. Next up, we have another Colors by Leroux. This one is called Blow It Out Your Blank. We're just going to go with that. This one is another one that also has a little note on it. I don't know where those would have come from, if that's a little note from the maker or what. If you know, definitely let me know down below. But this one is a black jelly base with some holographic in there and some shimmer. You see that little golden flash. So this is another one that is in the range of ones that I have been destashing. Basically, I ended up with a lot of variations of blackened bases, black hollows, things like that, and I just wasn't reaching for them. I'm trying to decide if this is one that might stand out from the crowd. I have kept a few new ones from this lot so far that kind of fall into the same range. So I don't know that I necessarily need another one. So I think we're going to go ahead and add this to the destash. That one is Colors by Leroux, Blow It. Next up, we have another from Cupcake Polish. This one is called Bad Santa. This one is a beautiful fuchsia or maybe even magenta with hollow and glitter. This is really pretty. This is another one that I could easily see myself reaching for. It's got lots of twinkles and beautiful hollow. It's also one that I don't think I own yet, so we're going to add that to the collection. Cupcake is another one of those brands that I really enjoy, so we're going to add Cupcake Polish Bad Santa to my collection. Next up, we've got another from Glitter Days. This one is called A Whole New World. Ooh, where did I see that? Sweet Spring. So we've got Sweet Spring, a sticker from one of the ones that didn't have a name. I wonder who that might be. Well, offhand, I don't see one that didn't have a label, so we'll set that aside. The font on that does look familiar, but I can't place it, so we'll set that aside, see if we can't find who it belongs to. But this one is from Glitter Days, and that one is called A Whole New World. This is a beautiful shimmer. This is that kind of color that I was talking about, where a lot of my shimmers are in this sort of white base. You've got a beautiful blue twinkle that goes to purple and fuchsia, and then there's a larger particle in here that I can't quite tell is maybe a micro glitter. Those are those little red twinkles that I think you might be able to see as I'm moving the bottle around. But gorgeous colors in this. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it's another one that I don't have, so we're going to add that one to the collection as well. That one is Glitter Days, A Whole New World. Next up, we have another Zoya. This one is called Tallulah, and this is a nice shade of blue, somewhere in between like a summer and a fall tone of blue. There's a little bit of a shimmer to this one as well. There it is on the brush. Oh yeah, actually this is maybe more of a summer polish than I was giving it credit for. And I don't think I have this one. The name doesn't really sound familiar. So we're going to add this to the collection as well. Look at that beautiful flash. So that one was Zoya's Tallulah going in the collection. Next up, oh my goodness. This is an Enchanted, one of their older labels. I've only ever seen their square bottles with their classic castle logo. This is one of their older ones. So we've got Enchanted Polish Disco Barbie. Ooh, so this is definitely a first for me, and I don't think it's going to surprise anyone. This is going in the collection. This is a stunning Barbie pink with hollow. Look at that. This is gorgeous. Let's take a peek at it on the brush here. Yeah, I've never seen these older bottles. If you have, let me know. I would be curious to know when they started making polish, when you discovered them. I didn't discover them until probably at least 2018, 2019. So beautiful one there, definitely going in the collection. That is Enchanted Polish Disco Barbie. Very excited about that one. All right, next up we have another older Pretty and Polished. This one is called Jawbreaker. I was going to say, my guess is this is going to be a glitter polish, a glitter crelly. And yep, sure enough, it is an off-white with a mix of glitters in metallic, maybe some hollow. Nope, I think I'm mainly seeing metallic. So we've got blue, gold, and red. Very much like the inspiration. It looks like a Jawbreaker candy. I'm trying to decide if this is something I could see myself reaching for. And I think I'm going to pass this one along. I just don't know that these primary colors really speak to me. So we're going to put that one in the D stash. That is Pretty and Polished Jawbreaker. Next up, we have another from Liquid Sky Lacquer, 24 Karat Rose, and actually this is one that I have run across before. I want to say I ended up destashing that one as well, just wasn't quite my color. So this one is a peachy, like a peachy pink, so kind of like a light cantaloupe shade, not quite as orange as a cantaloupe. It does have a beautiful golden glass fleck running throughout it, but this one, I want to say this is different than the one that I had, which, you know, as an older polish, some fading could be going on, but you could also be dealing with variations in different batches. But I just don't know that I see myself reaching for this one since the shimmer is predominantly a gold, just to compare to the one that I did end up keeping, which was from Femme Fatale. I think you can see the green that I'm talking about in the one from Femme Fatale. So we're going to keep that one and destash the one from Liquid Sky Lacquer. Next up, we have another older Colors by Leroux. This one is called Mustang Ellie, and this is a fun polish. So we've got sort of a gray with a load of this larger shimmer particle in blues and pinks. I think it's a gray polish. Let's go ahead and see it on the brush here. Yeah, definitely a creamy gray. You've got that load of shimmer in there. Trying to decide if I could see myself wearing this. I do like my gray polishes, and I don't think I have any that quite have this mix yet, so we're going to add that to the collection, at least until I can do some comparisons. So that is Colors by Leroux Mustang Ellie. Alright, just a few more, you guys. The next one is another Colors by Leroux that also has that little sticker. This one is called Snowflake Hattery, and this is a really fun polish. The base of this one is kind of like a teal, and it is jam-packed full of this shimmer particle that is larger. Look at the twinkles. Ooh, yeah, this is a beautiful combination. Definitely one that I don't own either. So we are adding this to the collection. That is Colors by Leroux Snowflake Hattery. Next up, we have another from Cupcake Polish. This one is called Instant Relief. This is a green hollow. Look at that hollow. The hollows from indies are just spectacular. If you're new to indies, they just seem to do it so much better than most that are out there in the mainstream world. They pack it in there, as you can see, just gorgeous. This particular shade of green is somewhere between a spring green and a limey green. Let's see, the lime green that I have destashed that was a Colors by Leroux, which was Young Grasshopper, is a little bit different than this one by Cupcake. There's a deeper tone to Young Grasshopper, but I think I will go ahead and destash this one as well. This particular family of greens just isn't one that I feel like I reach for very often. I'm a little bit more finicky about this color. There's a lot of yellow in this one as well, so we're going to destash this one. That is Cupcake Polish Instant Relief. Next up, we have another Native War Paints. I think this might actually only be like our second or third bottle that we've unboxed so far. This one is called Skinny Jeans. Ooh, look at that one. So this is a beautiful, like juicy purple, juicy grapey purple, and there's a beautiful blue flash to it. I think you can see that pretty well on camera. Let's go ahead and see it on the brush. This name does sound familiar, but I don't know if maybe this came from like their Essentials line or one of their permanent lines. Now I know they also recently did a rebranding, so I don't know if they carried this one over into their new brand or not, but we're going to add that to the collection. This is a gorgeous purple. That was Native War Paints Skinny Jeans. And our last polish from the bag is a Zoya. This one is called Areej. Areej. Never heard of that one either. This is an interesting pink cream, kind of a dustier fuchsia. There it is on the wand. Can't quite tell if this is maybe a little squishier or one of their cream formulas. Might be a 2 to 3 coater. I'm just not feeling this one for some reason. It's not as bright as I would usually go for, and it's not quite as purple as some of the berry shades that I really like from them. So because I'm just not as jazzed about it, I gotta destash some, right? So that one is Zoya's Areej, going in the destash. All right, so that is 50 in part 6. Let me know down below which ones were your favorites, if you were familiar with any of the new brands that I unboxed or had questions about. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me and looking at beautiful polish. Hopefully you guys have been having a good time checking out these polishes as I unbox them. We are still at the tip of the iceberg. We've got 2 more bags after this to go through, and then the 5 totes. Yeah, lots to go through. So if you're new, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. I'm going to try to be posting these estate haul videos on Saturday and Sunday so you can see them back to back. And then during the week, post other videos like my polish pickup wish lists and other hauls, things like that. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in that next one.